Well, Mark Bowater, who's the Managing Director of Australia Flood Control, joins us now. He has an effective way. Hello, Mark.
Hello, how are you going?
Before you tell us what you've got there, tell us how this came about that you discovered this system.
I discovered it about a year or so back, and it primarily comes from the fact that Queensland is flooded and is just frequently flooded, and this product has been in use in the United States for over 10 years now and effectively used fairly frequently.
So has it been available up until now in Australia?
We, as I say, about a year or so ago, I came across it, and we have started to distribute it since about May last year, or endeavoured to distribute it.
All right, well, tell us about it. It's called the Tiger Dam system.
Yeah, so Tiger Dams are plastic tubing, strengthened plastic tubing that are 500 mils in diameter, 15 metres long. You fill them up with water. You anchor them down with straps and anchors. They're an engineered solution that's capable of withstanding flood forces and so on. So if you lay one tube out, it will protect you up to about 450 mils in depth. But you can stack them up on top of each other up to a total height of 10 metres.
So what's the best places to use them in smaller areas? Obviously, if they're used in a large area, all that's going to do is the water's just going to go further downstream where there isn't such a levee wall or something to take the water away.
So the options for using them are around protection. So you can ring bind, you can totally ring house, building, any sort of a structure that you might want to protect, key infrastructure, and so on. You can effectively surround it with one of these, and therefore stop the water from inundating that area. You can also use them on top of permanent levees and those sorts of things. So there's a variety of ways of using them.
What are the advantages over sandbagging that's more frequently used these days?
So each one of these tubes is the equivalent of 500 sandbags. It's 15 metres long, 450 mils high. Takes about 5 minutes to lay it out and set it up, and if you've got a pump, takes about a minute and a half to fill it up. So within 10 minutes, you've got the equivalent of 500 sandbags. No manual labour. You can reuse them. You don't need to get rid of the sandbags and the whole contamination issue after a flood event and so on. You can roll them up, put them away somewhere, and pull them out again when you need to.
Are they very costly for businesses and houses to use?
Each tube is about $1,600 or so. So when you talk about the costly side, cheap compared with the cost of the damage afterwards and the loss of business and so on. I mean, there's businesses who were out of business for over a year or more.
It sounds like something the state government could look at and store it somewhere, and that have that on hand. Obviously, you're not going to use it a lot, but every time there is a flood situation anywhere in our state, these could be transported to that place. I don't see it being cost-effective for just a business to have it. It may not be that much use for it.
We sell them in trailers, in emergency response trailers. So effectively, you can have a trailer sitting anywhere you like and just roll it out to wherever is required.
Okay, if people want to find out more, Mark, what can they do?
Our website is tigerdams.com.au, and they'll find all the details on there as well as contact details. They're welcome to give myself or Mel Furness a call anytime. Any questions? All the contact details are on the website, tigerdams.com.au.
Just quickly before you go, in regards to the flood we had 2 years ago where we saw the CBD flooded, could these have been effective in reducing some of that flooding, or was there just too much water around there last time?
They could. It would be on a big scale, so it's a fairly large. It's a large decision as to sort of how you want to go about it and so on. So there were buildings that, for example, certainly in the States, there are buildings that buy these and as I say, ring their building. There are certainly premises affected at Riverside and so on that could have protected themselves and so on.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Mark Bowater, the Managing Director of